Good morning there. This is Pastor Jeff. This is our daily lectionary readings for Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Our psalm reading, once again, is going to be Psalm 100. Our Old Testament reading is switching to Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 1 through 8. And then our New Testament reading is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 17 through 28. When I clicked on the link, it went to the message, so we'll stay in the message today. Psalm 100. On your feet now, applaud God. Bring a gift of laughter. Sing yourself into his presence. Know this, God is God. And God, he made us. We didn't make him. We're his people, his well-tended sheep. Enter with the password. Thank you. Make yourself at home, talking praise, thank him, worship him. For God is sheer beauty, all generous and love, loyal, always and ever. Our Old Testament reading comes from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23. Doom to the shepherd leaders who butcher and scatter my sheep. God's decree. So here is what God, Israel's God, says to the shepherd leaders who misled my people. You've scattered my sheep. You've driven them off. You haven't kept your eye on them. Well, let me tell you, I'm keeping my eye on you, keeping track of your criminal behavior. I'll take over and gather what's left of my sheep. Gather them in from all the lands where I've driven them. I'll bring them back where they belong, and they'll recover and flourish. I'll set shepherd leaders over them who will take good care of them. They won't live in fear or panic anymore. All the lost sheep rounded up. God's decree. Time's coming, God's decree, when I'll establish a truly righteous David branch, a ruler who knows how to rule justly. He'll make sure of justice and keep people united. In his time, Judah will be secure again, and Israel will live in safety. This is the name that they will give him, God who puts everything right. So watch for this. The time's coming, God's decree, when no one will say, as sure as God lives, the God who brought the Israelites out of Egypt, but as sure as God lives, the God who brought the descendants of Israel back from the north country and from the other countries where he'd driven them, so they can live on their own good earth. Our New Testament reading comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 17 through 28. Jesus, now well on the way up to Jerusalem, took the 12 off to the side of the road and said, listen to me carefully. We are on our way up to Jerusalem. When we get there, the Son of Man will be betrayed to the religious leaders and scholars. They will sentence him to death. They will then hand him over to the Romans for mockery and torture and crucifixion. On the third day, he will be raised up alive. It was about that time that the mother of Zebedee brothers came with her two sons and knelt before Jesus with a request. What do you want? Jesus asked. She said, give your word that these two sons of mine will be awarded the highest place of honor in your kingdom, one at your right and one at your left hand. Jesus responded, you have no idea what you're asking. And he said to James and John, are you capable of drinking the cup that I'm about to drink? They said, sure, why not? Jesus said, come to think of it, you are going to drink my cup, but as to awarding places of honor, that's not my business. My Father is taking care of that. When the 10 others heard about this, they lost their tempers, thoroughly disgusted with the two brothers. So Jesus got them together to settle things down, and he said, "You've observed how godless rulers throw their weight around, how quickly a little power goes to their heads. It's not going to be that way with you. Whoever wants to be great, you must be your slave." That is what the Son of Man has done. He came to serve, not to be served, and then to give away his life in exchange for the many who are held hostage. And here ends our readings for the day.